morning, guys. Crossing the Mississippi, headed into Natchez to visit ROSALIE, historic home that sits along the river, and wanted to give a big thanks to my Patreon supporters for making this trip possible. All right, guys, just took the house tour. No filming, no video inside. It's a shame. It was nice. All the houses down here in Natchez have been top notch. Tickets were $20 to let you know. And yeah, I'll just go ahead and do a walk around, little step up right here. And yeah, here it is, built 1823, ROSALIE. Pretty similar to Melrose, and I have to say, like all the homes down here, shutters with because of those hurricane fears. You've got the Widow's Walk up there, and you've got the Greek-style double portico up front. The servants' side is the back half. And yeah, 3 stories. The bottom level is the servant level. And yeah, so to give you the backstory, the history on this thing, this land was first settled by the French in 1716. That would be a year before New Orleans was settled. And it was named Fort Rosalie, named after French Countess Rosalie Pontchartrain. And yeah, so it was a French fort because this is like the highest point, I guess, on the southern part of the Mississippi, at least in this area. So fast forward to 1823. House of the land was purchased by Peter Little. He was a Pennsylvania native. He moved down here 17 years old, and he had first started up a wood mill, sawmill. And so he had purchased land here. He'd also, Mississippi is on the other side of the fence, a little ways back. He had also purchased land over in Louisiana. And then, yeah, eventually I built the house. Oh, and then, surprise, surprise, he became a cotton planter. And yeah, and then when he was 25 years old, he married a 14-year-old named Eliza. And apparently the wedding was in name only because she immediately was sent up to Baltimore to go to finishing school. And the story goes, one of Peter's close friends had died, and I guess to help the daughter out is the way it's told. They ended up getting married, and they never had any children. And like I said, yeah, never had any children. She actually died even though she was 11 years younger. Cool little portal window right there. She died before him. His will was never updated. So the house was sold at auction. It was sold to an Andrew Wilson. Somewhere around 1857, late 1850s, he was another cotton planter. And yeah, so he and his wife, they never had any children, but they did adopt a daughter. And so the daughter eventually owned the house and then passed on to her daughters, who owned it up until 1938, when it was then purchased by the Daughters of the American Revolution. And it was actually sold in 1838. One of the daughters was still alive. She lived here for another 20 years. There's a stipulation that if she sold the house, she could still live here. And she gave tours up until she died. I want to say she was 101 years old, I believe they had said. So, yeah. And yeah, so that's a quick history of the house. So I'll just kind of walk around the gardens. Another live oak. I don't see any Spanish moss dripping off this one. Oh, and I should also tell you, it was occupied by the Union Army during the Civil War. General Grant stayed here for a short time. And about a week after Vicksburg fell, Natchez quickly surrendered, just so the town wouldn't be destroyed. And that's one reason why there are so many antebellum homes still left in Natchez. So yeah, the house was occupied through the rest of the war by a General Gresham, Union general, and he was kind of known as a gentleman's general, and he actually became friends with Andrew Wilson's wife. Andrew Wilson had left the area, but his wife and daughter had stayed. Yeah, so that's his history through the Civil War. I'm sure that's just something. I'm going to talk about the garden and some banana plants over there. And the old kitchen, and there's a breezeway connecting. The and this has, of course, your central passage, but it's not facing the river. They put it on the, I guess, the west and east direction to catch the cross breeze better. So check this lady out. And there were servant quarters or slave quarters, they called them servants at the time, where the parking lot is. And check this guy. I don't know if they were Catholic or what, but okay, walk over here. Yeah. Bicentennial, Mississippi statehood. Oh, and this bell came off the USS Mississippi. Oh yeah, and this is the servants' side. The servants would bring the food through the breezeway, and they would actually serve the food through the window. Their formal dining room is right here on the left. Yeah, so check out this bell. Yeah, USS Mississippi, 1917. He said that you can ring it, so. All right, had to do that. So yeah, First World War. And the men who served. And I almost missed it. Check out the kitchen back here, or the food storage room. Kind of a big pantry, I guess. A couple of tools, a really old crutch, a cooking pot, and okay. Okay. Oh, cool. Feels good in here too. Thou shalt not touch. Okay, some sugar cones back there. Cool, ironing board. New grape soda. Dr. Pepper, it says. Yeah, some bread in there, and I don't want to tell you, well, there's nothing back there. All right, cool. It's the kitchen. Coming up on the ROSALIE Cemetery, I'm starting to feel a little bit of a breeze coming off the river. Yeah, so Peter Little purchased this area December 22nd, 1820. We're on the Natchez Bluffs, and remains of early settlers were discovered here. So, but you can't see it, the side of the house, and just take a look at the mighty Mississippi. We got a little, I don't have time, but it'd be kind of cool to take a walk. Yeah, this thing is big. All right, and I believe he was telling me that's where the sawmill is. I don't have zoom. I'm using my GoPro instead of my usual Sony camera. All right, that's officially it. I'm getting out of here. Next stop is going to be the Grand Village of Natchez Indians. Hopefully that works out for a good video. As always, like and subscribe. See ya.